Act 4 of Cynthia's Revels, or The Fountain of Self-Love by Ben Jonson. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Scene 1. An apartment in the palace. Enter Fantaste, Philatia, Agurion, Moria, and Cupid.
I would this water would arrive once, our travelling friend so commended to us.
So would I, for he has left all us in travail with expectation of it.
Pray Jove, I never rise from this couch, if I ever thirsted more for a thing in my whole life of being a courtier.
Nor I, I'll be sworn. The very mention of it sets my lips in a worse heat than if he had sprinkled them with mercury. Reach me the glass, sirrah.
Here, lady.
They do not peel, sweet charge, do they?
Yes, a little, guardian.
Oh, it is an eminent good sign. Ever when my lips do so, I am sure to have some delicious good drink or other approaching.
Marry, and this may be good for us ladies, for it seems 'tis far fed by their stay.
My palate for yours, dear honour. It shall prove most elegant, I warrant you. Oh, I do fancy this gear that's long a-coming, with an unmeasurable strain.
Pray thee, sit down, Philotia. That rebatu becomes thee singularly.
Is it not quaint?
Yes, faith. Methinks thy servant Hedon is nothing so obsequious to thee as he was wont to be. I know not how, he is grown out of his garb late, he's warped.
In trueness, and so methinks too, he is much converted.
Tut, let him be what he will. 'Tis an animal I dream not of. This tire, methinks, makes me look very ingeniously, quick and spirited. I should be some Laura or some Delia, methinks.
As I am wise, fair honours, that title she gave him, to be her ambition, spoiled him. Before he was the most propitious and observant young novice.
No, no, you are the whole heaven awry, guardian. 'Tis the swaggering coach-horse Aniades draws with him there, has been the diverter of him.
For Cupid's sake, speak no more of him. Would I might never dare to look in a mirror again, if I respect ever a marmoset of them all, otherwise than I would a feather, or my shuttlecock, to make sport with now and then.
Come sit down, troth, and you be good beauties, let's run over them all now. Which is the properest man amongst them? I say the traveller Amorphous.
Oh, fie on him! He looks like a Venetian trumpeter in the Battle of Lepanto, in the gallery yonder, and speaks to the tune of a country lady that comes ever in the rearward or train of a fashion.
I should have judgment in a feature, sweet beauties.
A body would think so at these years.
And I prefer another now, far before him, 1,000,000 at least.
Who might that be, guardian?
Marry, fair charge, Naiades.
Naiades? You talked of a tomb, Philotia. There's one speaks in a key, like the opening of some justice's gate, or a postboy's horn, as if his voice feared on arrest for some ill words it should give, and were loth to come forth.
Ay, and he has a very imperfect face.
Like a sea monster that were to ravish Andromeda from the rock.
His hands too great too, by at least a straw's breadth.
Nay, he has a worse fault than that too.
A long heel?
That were a fault in a lady rather than him. No, they say he puts off the calves of his legs with his stockings every night.
Out upon him! Turn to another of the pictures for love's sake. What says Argurion? Whom does she commend before the rest?
Cupid, aside.
I hope I have instructed her sufficiently for an answer.
Troth, I made the motion to her ladyship for one to-day, in the presence. But it appeared she was otherways furnished before, as she would none.
Who was that, Argurion?
Marry, the poor plain gentleman in the black there.
Who, Crites?
Ay, he. A fellow that nobody so much as looked upon or regarded, and she would have had me done him particular grace.
That was a true trick of yourself, Moria, to persuade Argurion to affect the scholar.
Tut, but she shall be no chooser for me. In good faith, I like the citizen's son there as suitors. Methinks none of them all come near him.
Not Hedon?
Hedon? In troth, no. Hedon's a pretty slight courtier, and he wears his clothes well, and sometimes in fashion. Marry, his face is but indifferent, and he has no such excellent body. No, the other is a most delicate youth, a sweet face, a straight body, a well-proportioned leg and foot, a white hand, a tender voice.
How now, Argurion?
Oh, you should have let her alone. She was bestowing a copy of him upon us. Such a nose were enough to make me love a man now.
And then his several colours he wears, wherein he flourisheth changeably every day.
Oh, but his short hair, and his narrow eyes.
Why, she dotes more palpably upon him than ever his father did upon her.
Believe me, the young gentleman deserves it. If she could dote more, 'twere not amiss. He is an exceeding proper youth, and would have made a most neat barber-surgeon if he had been put to it in time.
Say you so? Methinks he looks like a tailor already.
That had said on one of his customers' suits. His face is like a squeezed orange, or—
Well, ladies, jest on. The best of you both would be glad of such a servant.
Ay, I'll be sworn would they, though he be a little shamefaced.
Shamefaced? Moria, out upon him. Your shamefaced servant is your only goal.
Go to, beauties, make much of time and place and occasion, and opportunity, and favourites, and things that belong to them, for I'll ensure you they will all relinquish. They cannot endure above another year. I know it out of future experience, and therefore take exhibition and warning. I was once a reveller myself, and though I speak it as mine own trumpet, I was then esteemed.
The very marchban of the court, I warrant you.
And all the gallants came about you like flies, did they not?
Go to, they did somewhat. That's no matter now.
Nay, good Moria, be not angry. Put case that we four now had the grant from Juno to wish ourselves into what happy estate we could. What would you wish to be, Moria?
Who, I? Let me see now. I would wish to be a wise woman, and know all the secrets of court, city, and country. I would know what were done behind the arras, what upon the stairs, what in the garden, what in the nymph's chamber, what by barge, and what by coach. I would tell you which courtier was scabbed and which not, which lady had her own face to lie with her a nights and which not, who put off their teeth with their clothes in court, who their hair, who their complexion, and in which box they put it. There should not a nymph or a widow be got with child in the verge, but I would guess within 1 or 2 who was the right father, and in what month it was gotten, with what words and which way. I would tell you which madam loved a monsieur, which a player, which a page, who slept with her husband, who with her friend, who with her gentleman usher, who with her horse-keeper, who with her monkey, and who with all. Yes, and who jigged the cock too.
Fie, you'd tell all, Moria. If I should wish now, it would be to have your tongue out. But what says Voloscia? Who should she be?
Troth, the very same I am. Only I would wish myself a little more command and sovereignty, that all the court were subject to my absolute beck, and all things in it depending on my look, as if there were no other heaven but in my smile, nor other hell but in my frown, that I might send for any man I list, and have his head cut off when I have done with him, or made a eunuch if he denied me. And if I saw a better face than mine own, I might have my doctor to poison it. What would you wish, Fantast?
Faith, I cannot readily tell you what, but methinks I should wish myself all manner of creatures. Now I would be an empress, and by a duchess, then a great lady of state, then one of your miscellany madams, then a waiting woman, then your citizen's wife, then a coarse country gentlewoman, then a dairymaid, then a shepherd's lass, then an empress again, or the queen of fairies, and thus I would prove the vicissitudes and whirl of pleasures about again and again. As I were a shepherdess, I would be piped and sung to. As a dairy wench, I would dance at maypoles, and make syllabubs. As a country gentlewoman, keep a good house, and come up to term to see motions. As a citizen's wife, to be troubled with a jealous husband, and put to my shifts. Others' miseries should be my pleasures. As a waiting woman, I would taste my lady's delights to her. As a miscellany madam, invent new tires, and go visit courtiers. As a great lady, lie abed, and have courtiers visit me. As a duchess, I would keep my state. And as an empress, I would do anything. And in all these shapes, I would ever be followed with the affections of all that see me. Marry, I myself would affect none, or if I did, it should not be heartily, but so as I might save myself in them still, and take pride in tormenting the poor wretches. Or, now I think on it, I would, for 1 year, wish myself one woman, but the richest, fairest, and delicatest in a kingdom, the very centre of wealth and beauty, wherein all lines of love should meet. And in that person I would prove all manner of suitors, of all humours, and of all complexions, and never have any two of a sort. I would see how love, by the power of his object, could work inwardly alike in a choleric man and a sanguine, in a melancholic and a phlegmatic, in a fool and a wise man, in a clown and a courtier, in a valiant man and a coward, and how he could vary outward by letting this gallant express himself in dumb gaze, another with sighing and rubbing his fingers, a third with play-ins and pitiful verses, a fourth with stabbing himself and drinking healths or writing languishing letters in his blood, a fifth in coloured ribbons and good clothes, with this lord to smile, and that lord to court, and t'other lord to dote, and one lord to hang himself. And then I to have a book made of all this, which I would call the Book of Humours, and every night read a little piece ere I slept, and laugh at it. Here comes Hedon.
Enter Haydn, Aeneas, and Mercury, who retires with Cupid to the back of the stage, where they converse together.
Save you, sweet and clear beauties, by the spirit that moves in me, you are all most pleasingly bestowed ladies, only I can take it from no good omen to find mine honour so dejected.
You need not fear, sir. I did of purpose humble myself against your coming, to decline the pride of my ambition.
Fair honour, ambition dares not stoop, but if it be your sweet pleasure I shall lose that title, I will, as I am Hedon, apply myself to your bounties.
That were the next way to distitle myself of honour. Oh no, rather be still ambitious, I pray you.
I will be anything that you please, whilst it pleases you to be yourself, lady. Sweet, fantastic, dear Moria, most beautiful Argerian.
Farewell, Hedon.
And Naiades, stay, whither go you?
Slight, what should I do here? And you engross them all for your own use. 'Tis time for me to seek out.
I engross them? Away, mischief! This is one of your extravagant jests now, because I began to salute them by their names.
Faith, you might have spared us Madam Prudence, the guardian there, though you had more covetously aimed at the rest.
Sart, take them all, man. What speak you to me of aiming or covetous?
Ay, say you so? Nay, then, have at them. Ladies, here's one hath distinguished you by your names already. It shall only become me to ask how you do.
Also, was this the design you travailed with?
Who answers the brazen head? It spoke to somebody.
Lady Wisdom, do you interpret for these puppets?
In truth and sadness, honours, you are in great offence for this. Go to, the gentleman, I'll undertake with him, is a man of fair living, and able to maintain a lady in her 2 coaches a day, besides pages, monkeys, and paracettos, with such attendants as she shall think meet for her turn, and therefore there is more respect requirable, howsoever you seem to connive. Hark you, sir, let me discourse a syllable with you. I am to say to you, these ladies are not of that close and open behaviour as happily you may suspend. Their carriage is well known to be such as it should be, both gentle and extraordinary.
Oh, here comes the other pair.
Enter Amorphous and Asotus.
That was your father's love, the nymph Argyrian. I would have you direct all your courtship thither, if you could but endear yourself to her affection. You were eternally engallanted.
In truth, sir, pray Phoebus I prove favoursome in her fair eyes.
All divine mixture and increase of beauty to this bright bevy of ladies, and to the male courtiers, compliment and courtesy.
In the behalf of the males, I gratify you, Amorphous.
And I of the females.
Succinctly returned. I do vail to both your thanks, and kiss them, but primarily to yours, most ingenious, acute, and polite lady.
Odds my life, how he does all to bequalify her. Ingenious, acute, and polite, as if there was not others in place as ingenious, acute, and polite as she.
Yes, but you must know, lady, I cannot speak out of a dictionary method.
Sit down, sweet Amorphous. When will this water come, think you?
It cannot now be long, fair lady.
Now observe, Mercury.
How most ambiguous beauty! Love you, that I will by this handkerchief.
Slid, he draws his oaths out of his pocket.
But will you be constant?
Constant, madam, I will not say for constantness, but by this purse which I would be loth to swear by, unless it were embroidered, I protest, more than most, fair lady. You are the only absolute and unparalleled creature I do adore and admire, and respect and reverence in this quarter of the world or kingdom. Methinks you are melancholy.
Does your heart speak all this?
Say you?
Oh, he is groping for another oath.
Now by this watch, I marvel how forward the day is. I do unfeigningly avow myself slight. 'Tis deeper than I took it. Past 5, yours entirely addicted, madam.
I require no more, dearest Asotus. Henceforth let me call you mine, and in remembrance of me vouchsafe to wear this chain and this diamond.
O Lord, sweet lady!
There are new oaths for him. What, does Hermes taste no alteration in all this?
Yes, thou hast struck a Gorian, enamoured on Osotus, methinks.
Alas, no, I am nobody. I can do nothing in this disguise.
But thou hast not wounded any of the rest, Cupid.
Not yet. It is enough that I have begun so prosperously.
Nay, these are nothing to the gems I will hourly bestow upon thee. Be but faithful and kind to me, and I will lade thee with my richest bounties. Behold here my bracelets from mine arms.
Not so, good lady, by this diamond.
Take 'em, wear 'em, my jewels, chain of pearl pendants, all I have.
Nay then, by this pearl you make me a wanton.
Shall she not answer for this, to maintain him thus in swearing?
Oh, no. There is a way to wean him from this. The gentleman may be reclaimed.
Ah, if you had the airing of his apparel, coz, I think.
Loving? 'Twere pity and I should be living else, believe me. Save you, sir, save you, sweet lady, save you, Monsieur Anides, save you, dear madam.
Dost thou know him that saluted thee, Hedon?
No, some idle fungoso that hath got above the cupboard since yesterday.
Slud, I never saw him till this morning, and he salutes me as familiarly as if we had known together since the deluge, or the first year of Troy action.
A most right-handed and auspicious encounter. Confine yourself to your fortunes.
For sport's sake, let's have some riddles or purposes, ho!
No, faith, your prophecies are best, t'other are stale.
Prophecies? We cannot all sit in at him. We shall make a confusion. No, what called you that we had in the forenoon?
Substantives and adjectives, is it not, Hedon?
Ay, that. Who begins?
I have thought. Speak your adjectives, sirs.
But do not you change then.
Not I. Who says?
Odoriferous.
Popular.
Humble.
White-livered.
Barbarous.
Pythagorical.
Yours, signor.
What must I do, sir?
Give forth your adjective with the rest. Is prosperous, good, fair, sweet, well?
Anything that hath not been spoken.
Yes, sir, well spoken shall be mine.
What have you all done?
Aye.
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 Then the substantive is breeches. Why odoriferous breeches, guardian?
Odoriferous, because odoriferous. That which contains most variety of savour and smell, we say, is most odoriferous. Now breeches, I presume, are instant to that variety, and therefore odoriferous breeches.
Well, we must take it howsoever. Who's next, Philostia?
Popular.
Why popular breeches?
Merry. That is, when they are not content to be generally noted in court, but will press forth on common stages and brokers' stalls to the public view of the world.
Good. Why humble breeches, Argurian?
Humble, because they used to be set upon. Besides, if you tie them not up, their property is to fall down about your heels.
She has worn the breeches, it seems, which have done so.
But why white-livered?
Why, are not their linings white? Besides, when they come in swaggering company, and will pocket up anything, may they not properly be said to be white-livered?
Oh, yes, we must not deny it. And why barbarous, heathen?
Barbarous, because commonly, when you have worn your breeches sufficiently, you give them to your barber.
That's good, but how Pythagorical?
I, amorphous. Why Pythagorical breeches?
O most kindly of all, 'tis a conceit of that fortune I am bold to hug my brain for.
How is it exquisite, amorphous?
Oh, I am rapt with it. 'Tis so fit, so proper, so happy.
Nay, do not wreck us thus.
I never truly relished myself before. Give me your ears. Breeches Pythagorical, by reason of their transmigration into several shapes.
Most rare and sweet troth. Marry this young gentleman for his well-spoken.
Why well-spoken breeches?
Well spoken, very well spoken, because whatsoever they speak is well taken, and whatsoever is well taken is well spoken.
Excellent, believe me.
Not so, ladies, neither.
But why breeches now?
Breeches quasi-bear riches, when a gallant man bears all his riches in his breeches.
Most fortunately etymologized.
Nay, we have another sport afore this, of a thing done, and who did it, etc.
Aye, good fantast, let's have that. Distribute the places.
Why, I imagine a thing done. Hedon thinks, who did it? Moria, with what it was done. Aniades, where it was done. Agurian, when it was done. Amorphous, for what cause was it done. You, Philostia, what followed upon the doing of it? And this gentleman, who would have done it better? What is it conceived about?
Yes.
Yes.
Then speak you, sir, who would have done it better?
How does it begin at me?
Yes, sir, this play is called The Crab. It goes backward.
May I not name myself?
If you please, sir, and dare abide the venture of it.
That I would have done it better, whatever it is.
No doubt on it, sir. A good confidence. What followed upon the act, Philostia?
A few heat drops and a month's mirth.
For what cause, Amorphous?
For the delight of ladies.
When, Agurian?
Last progress.
Where, Aniades?
Why, in a pair of pained slops.
With what, Moria?
With a Gloucester.
Who, Hedon?
A traveller.
Then the thing done was, an oration was made. Rehearse. An oration was made.
By a traveller.
With a Gloucester.
In a pair of pained slops.
Last progress.
For the delight of ladies.
A few heat drops and a month's mirth followed.
And this silent gentleman would have done it better.
That was not so good now.
In good faith, these unhappy pages would be whipped for staying thus.
Beshrew my hand and my heart else.
I do wonder at their protraction.
Pray, Venus, my whore have not discovered herself to the rascally boys, and that be the cause of their stay.
I must suit myself with another page. This idle Thersites will never be brought to wait well.
Sir, I have a kinsman I could willingly wish to your service, if you will deign to accept of him.
And I shall be glad, most sweet lady, to embrace him. Where is he?
I can fetch him, sir, but I would be loath to make you turn away your other page.
You shall not, most sufficient lady. I will keep both. Pray you let's go see him.
Whither goes my love?
I'll return presently. I go but to see a page with this lady.
Exeunt Sotus and Moria.
As sure as fate, 'tis so. She has opened all. A pox of all cockatrices. Damn me, if she have played loose with me, I'll cut her throat within a hair's breadth, so it may be healed again.
What? Is he jealous of his hermaphrodite?
Oh, aye, this will be excellent sport.
Fantast, Argurion! What, you are suddenly struck, methinks? For love's sake, let's have some music till they come. Ambition, reach the lyra, I pray you.
Anything to which my honour shall direct me.
Come, Amorphous, cheer up Fantast.
It shall be my pride, fair lady, to attempt all that is in my power. But here is an instrument that alone is able to soul into the most melancholic and dull-disposed creature upon earth. Oh, let me kiss thy fair knees. Beauteous ears attend it.
Will you have the kiss, honour?
Aye, good Ambition.
Hayton sings.
Oh, that joy so soon should waste, or so sweet a bliss as a kiss might not for ever last. So sugared, so melting, so soft, so delicious, the dew that lies on roses when the morn herself discloses is not so precious. Oh, rather than I would its mother, were I to taste such another, it should be my wishing that I might die with kissing. I made this ditty, and the note to it, upon a kiss that my honour gave me. How like you it, sir?
A pretty air in general. I like it well. But in particular, your long die note did ride me most, but it was somewhat too long. I can show one almost of the same nature, but much before it, and not so long, in a composition of mine own. I think I have both the note and ditty about me.
Pray you, sir, see.
Yes, there is the note, and all the parts, if I misthink not. I will read the ditty to your beauties here. But first I am to make you familiar with the occasion, which presents itself thus. Upon a time going to take my leave of the emperor, and kiss his great hands, there being then present the kings of France and Aragon, the dukes of Savoy, Florence, Orleans, Bourbon, Brunswick, the Landgrave, Count Palatine, all which had severally feasted me, besides infinite more of inferior persons, as counts and others, it was my chance, the emperor detained by some exorbitant affair, to wait him the fifth part of an hour, or much near it. In which time, retiring myself into a bay window, the beauteous lady Annabel, niece to the empress and sister to the king of
Aragon, who having never before eyed me, but only heard the common report of my virtue, learning, and travel, fell into that
extremity of passion for my love, that she there immediately swooned. Physicians were sent for. She had to her chamber, so to her bed, where languishing some few days, after many times calling me, with my name in her lips, she expired. As that, I most mourningly say, is the only fault of my fortune, that, as it hath ever been my hap to be sued to by all ladies and beauties where I have come, so never yet sojourned or rested in that place or part of the world, where some high-born admirable fair feature died not for my love.
Oh, the sweet power of travel! Are you guilty of this, Cupid?
No, Mercury, and that his page cause knows, if he were here present to be sworn.
But how doth this draw on the ditty, sir?
Oh, she is too quick with him. He hath not devised that yet.
Mary, some hour before she departed, she bequeathed to me this glove, which golden legacy the emperor himself took care to send after me, in 6 coaches, covered all with black velvet, tended by the state of his empire, all which he freely presented me with, and I reciprocally, out of the same bounty, gave to the lords that brought it, only reserving the gift of the deceased lady, upon which I composed this ode, and set it to my most affected instrument, the lyra. Thou more than most sweet glove, unto my more sweet love, suffer me to store with kisses this empty lodging, that now misses thy pure rosy hand, that wear
thee,
whether then the kid that bare
thee.
Thou art soft, but that was softer. Cupid's self hath kissed it other than ere he did his mother's doves, supposing her the queen of loves, that was thy mistress, best of gloves.
Blasphemy, blasphemy, Cupid!
I'll revenge it time enough, Hermes.
Good Amorphous, let's hear it sung.
I care not to admit that, since it pleaseth Petunia to request it.
Yes, sir.
Nay, play it, I pray you. You do well, you do well.
He sings it.
How like you it, sir?
Very well, in troth.
But very well. Oh, you're a mere mammothrept in judgment, then. Why, do you not observe how excellently the ditty is affected in every place, that I do not marry a word of short quantity to a long note, nor an ascending syllable to a descending tone? Besides, upon the word best, there, you see how I do enter with an odd minimum, and drive it through the brief, which no intelligent musician, I know, but will affirm to be very rare, extraordinary, and pleasing.
And yet not fit to lament the death of a lady for all this.
Tut, here be they will swallow anything.
Pray you, let me have a copy of it, Amorphous.
And me too. In troth, I liked it exceedingly.
I've denied it to princes, nevertheless to you, the true female twins of perfection. I am one to depart with all.
I hope I shall have my honour's copy.
You are ambitious in that, Hedon.
Re-enter Aeneas.
How now, Aeneas? What is it hath conjured up this distemperature in the circle of your face?
Why, what have you to do? Are pox upon your filthy travelling face? Hold your tongue.
Nay, dost hear mischief?
Away, musk-cat.
I say to thee, thou art rude, debauched, impudent, coarse, unpolished, a frappler, and base.
Heart of my father, what a strange alteration has half a year's haunting of ordinaries wrought in this fellow, that it came with a taffeta jerkin to town but the other day, and a pair of penniless hose, and now he is turned Hercules. He wants but a club.
Sir, you with the pencil on your chin, I will garter my hose with your guts, and that shall be all.
Exits.
Slid, what rare fireworks be here! Flash, flash!
What is the matter, Hedon? Can you tell?
Nothing, but that he lacks crowns, and thinks we'll lend him some to be friends.
Re-enter Asotus and Moria with Morus.
Come, sweet lady, in good truth I'll have it. You shall not deny me. Morris, persuade your aunt I may have her picture by any means.
Yea, sir. Good aunt, now, let him have it. He will use me the better. If you love me, do, good aunt.
Well, tell him he shall have it.
Master, you shall have it, she says.
Shall I? Thank her, good page.
What? Has he entertained the fool?
Ay, he'll wait close, you shall see, though the beggar hang off a while.
Aunt, my master thanks you.
Call him hither.
Yes, master.
Yes, in verity, and gave me this purse, and he has promised me a most fine dog, which he will have drawn with my picture, he says, and desires most vehemently to be known to your ladyships.
Call him hither. 'Tis good groping such a gull.
Master Sotus, Master Sotus!
For love's sake, let me go. You see I am called to the ladies.
Wilt thou forsake me, then?
Odd so. What would you have me do?
Come hither, Master Acetus. I do ensure your ladyships, he is a gentleman of a very worthy desert, and of a most bountiful nature. You must show and insinuate yourself responsible, and equivalent now to my commendment. Good honours grace him.
I protest more than most fair ladies. I do wish all variety of divine pleasures, choice sport, sweet music, rich fare, brave attire, soft beds, and silken thoughts attend these fair beauties. Will it please your ladyship to wear this chain of pearl and this diamond for my sake?
Oh!
And you, madam, this jewel and pendants?
Oh!
We know not how to deserve these bounties out of so slight merit, Asotus.
No, in faith, but there's my glove for a favour.
And soon after the revels I will bestow a garter on you.
O lords, ladies, it is more grace than ever I could have hoped, but that it pleaseth your ladyships to extend. I protest it is enough that you but take knowledge of my... If your ladyships want embroidered gowns, tires of any fashion, rebetules, jewels, or carcanets, anything whatsoever, if you vouchsafe to accept.
And for it they will help you to shoe ties and devices.
I cannot utter myself, dear beauties, but you can conceive.
Oh!
Sir, we will acknowledge your service, doubt not. Henceforth you shall be no more Asotus to us, but our goldfinch, and we your cages.
O Venus! Madams, how shall I deserve this? If I were but made acquainted with Hedon now, I'll try.
To Agorhian.
Pray you, away.
How he prays money to go away from him.
Amorphous, a word with you. Here's a watch I would bestow upon you. Pray you make me known to that gallant.
That I will, sir. Monsieur Hedon, I must entreat you to exchange knowledge with this gentleman.
'Tis a thing next to the water we expect I thirst after, sir. Good Monsieur Sotus.
Good Monsieur Hedon, I would be glad to be loved of men of your rank and spirit, I protest. Please you to accept this pair of bracelets, sir. They are not worth the bestowing.
Oh, Hercules! How the gentleman purchases! This must needs bring a Gordian to a consumption.
Sir, I shall never stand in the merit of such bounty, I fear.
O Venus, sir, your acquaintance shall be sufficient, and if at any time you need my bill or my bond...
Oh! Oh!
Swoons.
Help the lady there.
God's dear Argurian, madam, how do you?
Sick.
Have her forth, and give her air.
I come again straight, ladies.
Exeunt Asotus, Morus, and Agorhian.
Well, I doubt all the physic he has will scarce recover her. She's too far spent.
Re-enter Anytes with Geliah, Prosates, and Caz with the bottles.
Oh, here's the water come. Fetch glasses, page.
Hard of my body, here's a coil indeed, with your jealous humours. Nothing but whore and bitch and all the villainous swaggering names you can think on. Slid, take your bottle and put it in your guts for me. I'll see you pox ere I follow you any longer.
Nay, good punk, sweet rascal, damn me, if I am jealous now.
That's true indeed. Pray let's go.
What's the matter there?
Slight, he has me upon interrogatories. Nay, my mother shall know how you use me, where I have been, and why I should stay so long, and how is it possible, and withal calls me at his pleasure I know not how many cockatrices and things.
In truth and sadness, there are no good epitaphs in Aedes to bestow upon any gentlewoman. And I'll assure you, if I'd known you would have dealt thus with my daughter, she should never have fancied you so deeply as she has done. Go to.
Why, do you hear, Mother Maria? Heart.
Nay, I pray you, sir, do not swear.
Swear? Why, 'sblood, I have sworn afore now, I hope. Both you and your daughter mistake me. I have not honoured Arete. That is held the worthiest lady in the court, next to Cynthia, with half that observance and respect, as I have done her in private. Howsoever outwardly I have carried myself careless and negligent. Come, you are a foolish punk, and know not when you are well employed. Kiss me, come on, do it, I say.
Nay, indeed, I must confess she is apt to miss Priscian. But I must have you leave it, Minion.
Re-enter Asotus.
How now, Asotus? How does the lady?
Faith, ill. I have left my page with her at her lodging.
Oh, here's the rarest water that ever was tasted. Fill him some.
What? Has my master a new page?
Yes, a kinsman of the Lady Moria's. You must wait better now, or you are cashiered, Proceites.
Come, gallants, you must pardon my foolish humour. When I am angry that anything crosses me, I grow impatient straight. Here, I drink to you.
Oh, that we had 5 or 6 bottles more of this liquor.
Now I commend your judgment, Amorphous.
Knocking within.
Who's that knocks? Look, page.
Exit cause.
Oh, most delicious. A little of this would make Augurian well.
Oh no, give her no cold drink by any means.
Sblood, this water is the spirit of wine. I'll be hanged else.
Re-enter cause with Arete.
Here's the Lady Arete, madam.
What? At your bever, gallants?
Will't please your ladyship to drink? 'Tis of the new fountain water.
Not I, Maria. I thank you, gallants. You are for this night free to your peculiar delights. Cynthia will have no sports. When she is pleased to come forth, you shall have knowledge. In the meantime, I could wish you did provide for solemn revels, and some unlooked-for device of wit, to entertain her, against she should vouchsafe to grace your pastimes with her presence.
What say you to a mask?
Nothing better, if the project were new and rare.
Why, I'll send for Crites, and have his advice. Be you ready in your endeavours. He shall discharge you of the inventive part.
But will not your ladyship stay?
Not now, Fantaste.
Exit.
Let her go, I pray you, good Lady Sobriety. I am glad we are rid of her.
What a set face that gentlewoman has, as she were still going to a sacrifice.
Oh, she is the extraction of a dozen of Puritans for a look.
Of all nymphs in the court, I cannot away with her. 'Tis the coarsest thing.
I wonder how Cynthia can affect her so above the rest. Here be they are every way as fair as she, and a thought fairer, I trow.
Ay, and as ingenious and conceited as she.
Ay, and as politic as she, for all she set such a forehead on't.
Would I were dead if I would change to be Cynthia.
Or I.
Or I.
And there's her minion, Crites.
Why his advice?
More than amorphous. Have I not invention afore him? Learning to better that invention above him. And infainted with pleasant travel.
Death, what talk you of his learning? He understands no more than a schoolboy. I have put him down myself 1,000 times, by this air, and yet I never talked with him but twice in my life. You never saw his like. I could never get him to argue with me but once, and then because I could not construe an author I quoted at first sight, he went away and laughed at me. By Hercules, I scorn him as I do the sodden nymph that was here even now, his mistress Arete, and I love myself for nothing else.
I wonder the fellow does not hang himself, being thus scorned and condemned of us that are held the most accomplished society of gallants.
By yourselves, none else.
Oh, I protest, if I had no music in me, no courtship, that I were not a reveller and could dance, or had not these excellent qualities that give a man life and perfection, but a mere poor scholar as he is, I think I should make some desperate way with myself, whereas now, would I might never breathe more, if I do know that creature in this kingdom with whom I would change.
This is excellent. Well, I must alter all this soon.
Look you do, Cupid. The bottles have rot, it seems.
Oh, I am sorry the Revels are crossed. I should have tickled it soon. I did never appear till then. Slid, I am the neatliest made gallant to the company, and have the best presents, and my dancing, well, I know what our usher said to me last time I was at the school. Would I might have led Philotia in the measures, and it had been the God's will. I am most worthy, I am sure.
Re-enter Morris.
Master, I can tell you news. The lady kissed me yonder, and played with me, and says she loved you once as well as she does me, but that you cast her off.
Peace, my most esteemed page.
Yes.
What luck is this that our revels are dashed? Now was I beginning to glister in the very highway of preferment, and Cynthia had but seen me dance a strain or do but one trick, I had been kept in court, I should never have needed to look towards my friends again.
Contain yourself. You were a fortune, young man, if you knew your own good, which I have now projected, and will presently multiply upon you. Beauties and valours, your vouchsafed applause to emotion. The humorous Cynthia hath, for this night, withdraw the light of your delight.
'Tis true, Amorphous. What may we do to redeem it?
Redeem that we cannot, but to create a new flame is in our power. Here is a gentleman, my scholar, whom, for some private reasons, me specially moving, I'm covetous to gratify with title of master in the noble and subtile science of courtship, for which grace he shall this night in court,
and in the long gallery,
hold his public act, by open challenge to all masters of the mystery whatsoever, to play at the four choice and principal weapons thereof,
viz.
the bare accost, the better regard, the solemn address, and the perfect close. What say you?
Excellent,
Amorphous.
Well, let us then take our time by the forehead. I will instantly have bills drawn, and advanced in every angle of the court. Sir, betray not your too much joy. Aeneas, we must mix this gentleman with you in acquaintance, Monsieur Asotus.
I am easily entreated to grace any of your friends, Amorphous.
Sir and his friend shall likewise grace you, sir. Nay, I begin to know myself now.
Oh, you must continue your bounties.
Must I? Why, I'll give him this ruby on my finger. Do you hear, sir? I do heartily wish your acquaintance, and I partly know myself worthy of it. Please you, sir, to accept this poor ruby in a ring, sir. The posy is of my own device. Let this blush for me, sir.
So it must for me too, for I am not ashamed to take it.
Sweet man! By my troth, master, I love you. Will you love me too for my aunt's sake? I'll wait well, you shall see. I'll still be here. Would I might never stir. But you are a fine man in these clothes, master. Shall I have them when you have done with them?
As for that, Morris, thou shalt see more hereafter. In the meantime, by this air, or by this feather, I'll do as much for thee as any gallant shall do for his page whatsoever in this court, corner of the world, or kingdom.
Exeunt all but the pages.
I wonder this gentleman should affect to keep a fool. Methinks he makes sport enough with himself.
Well, Presintes, 'twere good you did wait closer.
Aye, I'll look to it. 'Tis time.
The revels would have been most sumptuous to-night if they had gone forward.
Exit.
They must needs, when all the choicest singularities of the court were up in pantoflas. Ne'er a one of them but was able to make a whole show of itself.
Asotus within.
Sarah, a torch, a torch.
Oh, what a call is there! I will have a canzonet made, with nothing in it but sirrah, and the burden shall be, I come.
Exit.
How now, Cupid? How do you like this change?
Faith, the thread of my device is cracked. Let me go to sleep till the revelling music awake me.
And then, too, Cupid, without you had prevented the fountain. Alas, poor god, that remembers not self-love to be proof against the violence of his quiver. Well, I have a plot against these prizers, for which I must presently find Alcritus, and with his assistance pursue it to a high strain of laughter, or Mercury hath lost of his mettle.
Exeunt. End of Act 4.